Hey everyone, welcome back. Last week, I open sourced a Claude Code skill I've been using for a long time because I figured it might help one or two of you out there. Here's the problem it fixes. I see a ton of vibe-coded apps going live with no real launch check at all. And that's a gamble you really don't want to take. Shipping an app with weak security isn't just risky, it's expensive. A single leaked key or a database left wide open can cost you far more than money. If you've got paying clients, you're suddenly looking at real legal exposure, refunds, and a reputation that's hard to win back. I'm all for building with AI, honestly. But please, run a safety check before you push anything live. That's exactly why I open sourced this thing. It's called LAUNCHWORTHY, and it plays bouncer at the door of production. Your app doesn't get in front of real users until it passes the check. Now the fair question, why not just ask Claude to review your code in a fresh session? 4 quick reasons. 1. Scope. A plain review checks your code. It won't ask whether your backups have ever been restore tested, or whether you can actually roll back a bad deploy. A third of this checklist isn't in the code at all, and the person who most needs it is the one who doesn't know to ask. 2. It refuses to reassure you. Anything it can't verify is marked as a manual check, never a quiet pass. 3. The same rubric every single time. Fixed checks, fixed scoring, so 0 to 5 is real progress you can watch, not vibes that shift on every run. 4. The tricky judgment calls are settled in advance. It knows the super base key in your bundle is fine by design, and that row-level security being switched off is the actual emergency. Claude brings the intelligence. This skill brings the discipline. Okay, let me show you a real one. This is a project I built over a year ago and never shipped. It was going to be a platform for event venue management. A dashboard, a front end, proposals, invoices, the whole thing. It's been sitting on my Mac ever since, which honestly makes it a perfect candidate for this. Quick context on the stack. It runs on next.js, with Directus and Postgres as the backend, all deployed on Coolify with Docker Compose. Alright, let's run the skill. First thing it does is figure out what it's even looking at, and it detects the stack right away. Next.js on the front, Directus behind it. No config from me, it just reads the codebase. Then it goes straight for the security critical files, and it finds the Directus client. This is the part I love. If you were on Supabase or Firebase, it would go looking for those instead. It's codebase agnostic. It adapts every check to whatever you're actually running. Because this used to live in a public GitHub repo, and yeah, that stops being true the moment this video goes out, it digs through the Git history to see if I ever committed a secret, an N file, an MCP config, anything like that. It also runs an NPM audit, so any known vulnerability in your dependencies lands in the report too. After that, it walks the client components and checks how they talk to Directus. Are we pulling the full admin client into the browser or just the types? Once the agent has everything it needs, it writes the report, 5 domains each with its own score. And that score answers one question. Is this app launch-worthy or not? And ours? Not launch-hardened. 1 domain fails outright and 4 come back as warnings. So let's actually go through it together because this is my own app getting caught here. And it caught some real stuff. The big one is the architecture itself. Every single database operation runs through one all-powerful Directus admin token. The browser never talks to Directus directly. It calls my next.js routes, and those routes act as full admin, which means Directus's own permission engine gets completely bypassed. The only thing standing between a user and all of the data is the role check inside each route, and that's exactly where the fail comes from. My auth treated a request as logged in whenever the token cookie was simply present. It never actually validated that token against Directus. So a stolen token stays good for its full 7 days, with nothing behind it to catch it. On top of that, there was no content security policy header and no real rate limit on the login endpoint. That's the door credential stuffing walks right through. It also flagged the stuff that's boring right up until the day it isn't. No error tracking, so server-side crashes were just vanishing into the logs. No continuous integration, nothing running a build before a deploy. No committed schema snapshot, which means if that database ever disappeared, nobody could rebuild it. And it told me to rotate that admin token because it was sitting in plain text in a couple of local files. Now here's the thing, none of this is meant to make you feel bad. Every finding comes with an exact file path and a copy-paste fix. You fix the blockers, you run it again, and you watch the score climb. That loop, fix, then recheck, is the whole point. LaunchWorthy is open source under the MIT license. Just give it a try before your next launch. If it saves you even one bad day, drop a star on it on GitHub and share it with your builder friends. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.